Hey, it's Matt, your average gamer, and this is day 12 of a build a day until they announce DLC. That's right, we're doing a build every single day until we hear an announcement for DLC. We're going to see how far we can go with this, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you want to check out a build every single day until they announce DLC. For this, we're doing a full Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike build at level 150. So a really common question on this channel is what the stats should look like at 150 for those who like to be meta relevant or those who just don't want to continue leveling up past 150 because they like the challenge of it, because there's a lot of people in that range or around that level. Now this is on, again, this is like Journey 15 or so, so we're on New Game Plus 7. We're going to take on some side bosses, some field bosses. We're going to show you the buffing order and all the stats and an explanation of how to do everything at 150, and basically how to one-shot and use one of the most overpowered builds in the game at a meta level. So for this, we're going to explain everything, and for a lot of the builds I've done recently, I've done with a high level character. That's simply for the fact that the Golden Order seal, once you hit 80 intelligence and 80 faith, will start to beat out the Gravelstone Seal's boost. By 99 and 99, it actually beats it out by 7% based on incantation scaling before buffs, because it's 22% better on scaling alone versus the 15, so hence 7% better. Now for this build though, since we're doing this at 150, we're going to be using the Gravelstone Seal and the 15% boost we get to lightning incantations. But at 150 and max scaling, we're still able to one-shot a lot of the bosses in the game, and we did a couple main bosses and side bosses for the purpose of this video. Now for Morgott, he took 4 or 5 tries to get in one go. As far as Golden Shade, he only took 2, but keep in mind Golden Shade has 0 lightning resistance, so that's a big factor there. He's always easy to one-shot with Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike. Morgott's a little more difficult, so we use the shackle there. We're able to fully charge it, get kind of on the right angle, close but not too close, and we got the one shot off there. If you're going to practice this build, I recommend practicing it in Dragonbarrow. It's one of the most perfect places to practice Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike, and the reason for that is simply for the fact that 2 of the bosses you can just literally stand behind and cast it without any threat to you whatsoever, giving you all the time you need to buff. And the other one is a dragon, which is weak to lightning. So that is definitely a place to go to try out the build. If you haven't tried this build out, Dragonbarrow is the perfect place to see how well you're doing with the one-shot stuff. Now, where do you get the Gravelstone Seal? You go to the West Capital Rampart, and then you jump down off the side here, and I'm going to show you the enemy that you have to fight that drops it. So the one that we're going to have to draw out is the knight that's towards the end. It's not the one with the great arrows, the one that's firing the great arrows at you. It's not him, it's the one in front of him. There's the map there. I'll show it at the end again here, but you have to draw this other one out. You do not have to kill the one that's shooting at you with a great bow. However, I do suggest, if you're not looking to fight him, step back a little bit, give yourself a little bit of distance, and then just take the other one one-on-one, because it's simply easier since the knights can be a little bit on the tougher side. And I ended up opting for the Blasphemous Blade to try to take him down as fast as I can. Plus it has that knockdown factor to it, which also helps significantly. And we want to get him down quick so that he drops the Gravelstone Seal. It's a one-time drop. You can only get 1 from him and 1 per playthrough. And there we have it. And we're going to move out of here so we can show the map again. But yeah, it's just down from the West Capital Rampart site of Grace. You just jump off the side there. You're going to see 2 knights. And once again, you do not have to deal with the knight with the bow. So if he's giving you any trouble, just lead the other one away. They're super aggressive, so he's going to follow you. And then you'll be able to take him one-on-one and kill him, no issues there. And he's not too difficult, and you'll get the Gravelstone Seal drop, which is an awesome seal to have. And with that 15% boost to lightning incantations is obviously the seal we're going to go for at 150, so you can one-shot stuff just like I did there on Horseback. And doing a couple of these on Horseback was really fun, by the way, so definitely give that a try too. It's pretty fun. So we're using the Gravelstone Seal plus 10. We have a Seppuku sword to bring our HP down, Jellyfish shield, Black Dumpling swapped out for the Mushroom Crown, Godfrey Icon, Lightning Scorpion Charm, Red Feathered Branch Sword, Kindred Rot's Exultation. We have the Lightning tier and the Bubble tier. We're going to show the buffing in a bit here so you can understand how to maximize your damage. So here it is. Here's the 150 stats. This is how to do this at 150. You want to go for at least 80 faith. If you can get that to 99, that'd be great, but at least 80 faith for the Gravelstone Seal and to maximize the damage there. And then we went with 50 vigor, so that in normal situations we have a lot of HP as well. And then we have the 20 strength to the Jellyfish shield. But hopefully this is helpful. I know a lot of people were looking for the 150 stats for this build, so I finally was able to come up with them again, and I really hope that helps. Now on to the buffing order. Now, to do like literally 4 times the base damage or some mathematical equation that's around there, we're going to first bring our HP down, and then the last thing we're going to do when we have roughly the amount of HP that you see on screen is we're going to proc the black dumpling. That's the last thing that we want to do. That gives you an extra 10% damage when you go mad. Then we're going to drink our FP to tap her off. We're going to drink our Tear as well because they're longer lasting. Golden Vow too because it's also long lasting. Tap her off again. Jellyfish shield, Howl Shabriri, and then we use the poison pots last, the fetid pots, because those have the shortest duration, so they always have to be last if you're going to poison proc this for the extra 30% in total. And then we're going to go for the one shot here. And boom, there it is right there. He went down in a single shot and we're on max scaling. That's how to maximize your damage. Probably didn't even need that much for him, but that's the entire buffing order. Hopefully that helps. Now, if you want to one-shot dragons on horseback, which, by the way, is apparently really fun. I hadn't really tried this before, but now that I've tried it, it is very fun. I might have to try all the dragons with it at some point. But anyways, you would do the same thing, same exact buffing order. I'm not going to show the entire process here, but same thing. And then you're just going to hop on horseback. And then generally speaking, you want to be under them, but not too far under them so that you can get all of the lightning to strike on them. And then boom. I think we did 30,000 damage or so to him. He went down in a single shot, and it was on horseback too, which again makes it even more fun to do. That's really fun to do these on horseback. The fact that you could do that is quite ridiculous, and it really shows the strength of Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike. So this one's not necessarily a one-shot unless you count that he has 2 phases, though I guess he technically has 2, even though we're not going to let him get to the second phase. I tried the one-shot on him, but I kept hitting him for about 20,000 HP. Mog's actually really difficult to do because I think he has 40% lightning resistance and around the same hitbox as Morgott, so it's not like a huge hitbox or anything like that. You're going to miss with a lot of lightning or a decent amount of it. Even so, though, I wanted to show for anybody that's having difficulty with Mog, in just 2 casts, once you just go for 2 casts, and this applies to most bosses in general, you're going to completely destroy him because the buffs are going to stay for that long. The second cast is going to wipe him, and even on max scaling, Mog lasted all of about 10 seconds. And yay, without any boost, we get like 1,000,000 runes that we're not going to spend. But even so, yeah, Mog, not too difficult. I wanted to show just one of the tougher bosses that can kind of bug people. That's definitely one we can use it on. For those asking about Melania, this doesn't work really well on her. However, the Giant's Flame Pillars absolutely destroy her. I have a video on my channel that can help you with that, with these same exact stats, just a different talisman setup. Now, for mobs, I use Ancient Dragon Lightning Spear. The buffs and the fact that everything is really relative with these two, and obviously the damage isn't quite the same as ADLS, but for this, since everything you're already using is going to buff Ancient Dragon Lightning Spear as well, it's pretty great for mobs. It's not the best thing in the world. Of course, there's a ton of other weapons that can absolutely obliterate mobs, but if you're going through and you have to get through certain ones, you can use Ancient Dragon Lightning Spear to pretty much destroy them very easily. It does kind of have a weird hitbox and angle, but when it does land, especially on top of them, it does massive damage and can take them out very easily. Now, real quick for the fetid pots, anybody that has to farm them that's on console like myself or just has to farm them in general, this is where you get the excrements, the gold tinged excrement, or however you say it. You get them at Limgrave, Artist Shack. I'm going to show it on the map here. It's a very, very easy farm. You just go on a circle. There's actually even one mushroom that's hiding in these bushes here that you can pick up. And then I'm going to show you where to get the mushrooms as well. And that's where Artist Shack is in Limgrave. Now, after you grab enough of the excrement and that one mushroom that's there as well, you can go to Village of the Albernax, or however you say it again. My pronunciation is not always the best with some of these words. You would just go through here, and I think there's 4 spots for the mushrooms here. I showed you where to go on there. You run back to the Grace. There's 2 by the tree, 1 past it, and then there's 1 next to you. So 4 different spots, and you can get anywhere from 1 to 3 on each of those. There's where it is on the map in Liurnia of the Lakes. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did with the horseback parts, because I think that made the entire video for me, because it wasn't something that I really attempted before. I hope this video helped, though. I hope this clarifies some stuff, gives you the 150 stats that you can do to one-shot a lot of the bosses in Elden Ring, most of the field bosses, a lot of the main bosses. This should help you absolutely rage destruction with Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike, which is one of the most powerful incantations and spells in the entire game of Elden Ring. This is day 12, by the way. If you're not subbed, definitely sub to this channel if you love overpowered PvE builds and if you want to see how far this can go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you guys there.